Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adobe Live Winter Games Edition. How is everybody today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
I'm doing great too. This is going to be a fun stream. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I think we're going to have a ton of fun. I'm your host, Shauna Lynn, and I'm here with my very talented friend, VooDoo Val,
Hello,
also known
everyone.
as Sith Lord Valpatine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My favorite nickname for you ever.
Well, I have a nickname for you too, which I'm sure people see me scream in the chat all the time. So when she calls me Sith Lord Valpatine, I just shout in caps, Mama Shauna Parmigiana.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it works.
It works. You know, and I think that's the best iteration of like the username I use, the Shauna Parmesan one, because no one can say my last name. So like Parmesan is the easiest way. You can, yes. Yes,
but that's because I practiced it like 8 times.
Yes. And you've had to before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But no one can, so very few people can spell it. So like Parmesan was the way to go, because I was like, I don't want to buy 10 different domain names.
Mm-hmm. And I cannot spell it. I will admit that.
Yeah, you know, it's a hard one. I won't
It's
lie.
a magical name. Very magical.
It is. Well, we have a lot of people in chat already really excited. We've got Wade here. We've got Sean, Katarina. I saw Sam is in there. We have Paco shouting Mama Shauna Parmigiana.
Mm-hmm. The good stuff.
Yes. We have Laura. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. Well, so before we get started, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Sorry, itch. So I want to make sure that you join our newest addition to the Adobe Live lineup. We have our Creative Cloud Express streams where you can check out how to navigate the easy-to-use app. This week, it's all about creating infographics. So also be sure to check out the second week of Photoshop Daily Creative Challenges with Sam Peterson every weekday at 9 a.m. Pacific. Tune in and challenge yourself with a new prompt each day. And then if you are hanging out over on YouTube, because this does stream over on YouTube, there's a chat over there, but I'm not reading it. I can't see it. I don't have it up on my screen. I will never know you've asked a question. So if you want to ask us questions, pop on over to behance.net/live. where the cool kids are hanging out. This is where the party is. This is where we're chatting and having a good old time. Come join us over here, and we will be more than happy to answer all of your questions and interact with you. And if you miss any of the streams this week, you are welcome to rewatch all of the replays here on Behance. Adobe Live is also hosting streamers when Behance is hosting streamers when Adobe Live is not live. Mm-hmm. So you can see a lot of other really awesome artists and their processes. So definitely go in and like find different styles of art to look at and watch. It's really fun to watch everyone's process.
Agreed.
Yes. So Val, you want to just do a quick introduction? I'm sure like you go without introduction. Everyone knows who you are, but.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, actually I just realized maybe I should have my Behance up. I'm going to snag it real quick. But hi, everybody. I am VooDoo Val. I am a digital painter. I specialize in, I suppose, like dark fantasy is kind of my jam. And I do a lot of like video game style art. I do a lot of Star Wars fan art, things of that nature. All the dark and spooky stuff is kind of my wheelhouse, but I also do a lot of graphic design and dabble in some animation and things like that. Some of you may recognize me because I also do the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge here. I have the wonderful pleasure and honor of being able to host folks over here as well. I moderate right in the chat. And today I have not been in the guest seat in so long. So this is really, really cool. But I can kind of click, I guess, on some artwork that I've done. Oops, I'm editing this project. Please don't edit the project, Val. Please show the people the stuff. There we go. I'll just peek in my Star Wars project here just to show you like kind of some of my illustration styles. We're going to do something a little more adorable and family oriented. So it's not going to be all dark and spooky today, but this is a lot of stuff that I kind of do. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of dive into hockey jerseys today. Should be fun. I would also love to know in the chat what kind of stuff you folks do, what you're into, if you're going to be designing along with us today, because I believe we are encouraging everyone to kind of get into the winter game vibe with us. So let us know. Yes.
Well, yes, we really want you guys to draw along with us. We have a CC library that we've put together with everyone's different prompts. So like a little bit of inspiration is behind the streams and why this is happening right now. Sorry, I feel like I am just struggling for words this morning.
It is totally okay. You know what? It's 9:30 for me, and I know it's not for you, but I'm going to believe it's 9:30 for you.
We can pretend.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, we can pretend.
Yeah, we can pretend. So I'm a huge fan of the winter games. Those that have seen me stream before, have seen me host, like you follow my social media, you know that I figure skate, and that is the thing that I truly enjoy. And it's the thing that I do outside of design and art and illustration. So now that it's the winter game time, I was up late last night watching the men's short program and had a fantastic time watching Nathan Chen take gold. He is fantastic.
Stunning.
Yes, stunning perfection. So I thought it would be really fun to do some winter game inspired themed activities. So yesterday, I'll pull this up real quick before I show the CC folder. Where's my mouse? I'm working off two computer screens. Sorry, guys. There it is.
That's how it be sometimes, you know,
it really is.
When you're doing the streaming art thing. That's just how it goes.
It is.
They're so cute.
Yeah. So Sid and I created mascots for Team Adobe yesterday, and we turned them into little enamel pins. And so Sid did a red panda, and I did a binturong, which is a bear cat.
I love it.
I did a little bit of refining after the stream to clean them up a bit, and it worked out really well. So now I have this cute little binturong, and I fixed if anyone was here yesterday, the mockup was having a little bit of trouble, and I figured out what I did that needed to be adjusted, and that's been fixed and updated. So if you wanted to make one, go download the newest one. It was added yesterday. And then if you want to join us, in the info tab, there's a link to the CC folder. You're going to click 002 hockey jersey, and you will see that there's a folder for character prompts and a folder for mockups. So our character prompts, we have Juniper, and I've given you a prompt, character, personality, and what they need, as well as a color palette. And then we also have Winslow. So we've got two characters. We've got a home and away team, both working for Team Adobe. And if you are going to create along with us, you can also download the mockups, which you are welcome to work off of. I don't know which one you're going to work off of, Val, but there is a flat template. And then there is also the active template where you can work off of the smart object.
I'm going to be working with Juniper, and I'm really excited about it because number one, colors are choice in there. And Winslow has excellent colors too. And I actually really love like the green and kind of bluish color that's in there. But I gotta stay true to myself and go with the jewel tones, the beautiful purples and reds and greens. So I'm pumped. I'm very excited.
Okay, so then I am doing Winslow. So I'm closing Juniper.
Alrighty.
Just so I have ample space on my computer. So if you are going to work along with us, if you decide you want to edit the file and you want to work in the mockup file, all you have to do is go down to the layers panel, and you're going to, there's a little thing, there's a folder that says edit this file down here. You're going to double click and you can edit your design right in here. There's a stencil that you can work under as well. Just make sure you turn off the stencil before you save it and close it so that it will update on the character. So I've made it really easy for you. I just hope that I had to do some interesting puppet warping to make the stencil work on Winslow and
it
on
looks
Juniper.
so good. You should be proud of yourself. You guys got to download these files and just look through them, because I went through and did some a test run. And it really truly is so cool, because we get to update so that we have the larger file here that just shows the spread of the jersey. But when you update it, it actually puts it on Juniper, and her little arms are bent and everything. You just did such a wonderful job with this. Really,
Thank
truly.
you.
You're welcome.
I sat there and I was just okay, how do I make this happen? So if you decide you want to see how it's done, you can actually go through the folder where it says Jersey mockups and the characters, and you can see how many versions of this smart object are there that are masked, so that I could kind of puzzle piece it all together. Mm-hmm. But it works, and that's what
did
counts.
A great job. So I don't know if this is what you intended, but when I sat down and just kind of dug into the file to figure out what my workflow was going to be for this, what I actually decided I was going to do is work in the stencil and make some iterations, and then finalize some, and then bring those final versions into the mockup file. And do the ad design. So I didn't know if people were going to be working directly in the ad design here or how that was going to go, but this is just how I'm going to do it. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to grab these colors, grab my little color palette, and I'm just going to copy that and come over to my stencil and paste that over here, just to keep my colors in my field of view while I do some designs. And I figured I would just choose, I think I'll make a purple one. I might use all of the colors and do a few little versions before I choose one. So I am gonna grab my purple color first, and I'm gonna paint bucket just the whole thing, and then just start painting underneath the stencil liner and kind of sketching out what this is gonna look like.
Awesome. We have Alana in the chat. Hi, Alana. We also have General Kenobi here.
Hello there, General Kenobi.
General Kenobi.
Don't try it, Anakin.
Every time I see General Kenobi, all I think is that TikTok where they're General Kenobi, and someone's on someone's shoulders
doing the Grievous swings. Yes, exactly. That is one of my favorite ones. Yes. So I think I'm gonna just grab the dark color, and I'm gonna start scribbling in and kind of trimming this shape. Another actually, never mind. I think what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to actually I could just do this with a brush. I'm just gonna kind of color in a shape, and maybe I'll make this a much lighter color just so it's different. And then I'm gonna use clipping masks and just clip everything in here and do a handful of them.
Perfect.
But how many people are working with us today? How many people are going to dive in and make some jerseys? How many people are hockey fans?
So I actually really enjoy hockey. I really don't really have a favorite team. I'm just kind of whoever wins, great. But it's a fun game to watch.
Okay. I when it comes to hockey, I am not a hockey person, but my boyfriend really is, and he has regaled me. I told him that I was going to be doing this, and he has regaled me with the importance of hockey jersey stuff. So I have done a lot of research, and I have done some user interviews on the design of hockey. And I know that you are somebody who, your passion is ice skating. We are the opposite, because I've been on the ice one time.
Just one.
And it was for 5 minutes. And because my friends were like, let's go to the rink, let's do this. And I was like, okay. And it is not like the movies. So mad respect for you. You must have great balance. Or just be very comfortable in the skates.
Great balance that's to be determined.
Okay. But yeah, I got on the ice and they were like, let's just, we'll just skate around in a circle. And I was like, okay. And I came in one entrance and I just did one straightaway and then just skated right out of the ice. And had me some churros because I was like, this does not mix with Val. I can draw you a skater, but I can't be one for you. Can't do it.
We have, people are really excited about hockey. Misty's excited about women's hockey. Steve is excited about hockey. Megan is excited about hockey and she put little Canadian flags.
Nice.
Noor says, nothing is more fun than curling. We learned about curling yesterday and I actually ended up I have a friend that owns a rink down in Florida and I shared my pin on Facebook and he commented and he's like, next time you're down here, you and I are we're going to do curling.
That's where you like scrub and just, okay. I am fascinated, to be perfectly honest. I am fascinated by that. And it makes me kind of wish that I had, ice skate coordination because I would love actually to try that. But alas, I am me. And like I said, I can draw you some coordinated people, but I can't be one for you. That's how it goes.
One second. We had a lock-in a while back years ago where they brought the curling team in. And it was they let the figure skaters do it, and it was really funny because these are kids that could do like doubles, like double jumps and stuff. And it was really funny because with curling there's no skates, you slide. And they put rubber bands on some of our feet so that we wouldn't like wipe out in our tennis shoes.
What?
So I'm thinking there's probably a special shoe you're supposed to wear. But watching these kids try to do curling, these are flexible children. So a lot of them just ended up in the splits because they forgot to have their other foot go with them.
Oh no. That sounds like a me move. That sounds like a me.
And I am not flexible. So I was like, I'm just going to pass because if I go down, I'm not getting back up.
Not happening.
Yeah. I'd like to not like fall in a way that prevents me from standing again.
I think we all need to be hyper aware that would be a bad thing. I'm always constantly trying not to fall in a way that prevents me from standing again. That's like, it's a passive skill that I always have going. Yes. I am going to, so I've got my, my little jersey laid out here, and I'm going to take my darker purple here from this little purple palette. And I'm just going to start throwing in designs on one side, which I will then duplicate, and I'm just going to start blocking in just some kind of cool designs, things that I think would be neat. Feel free to post any suggestions or anything in the chat. I would love to know what you folks kind of love in a jersey, like what about a jersey is special for you, something that you like to see, or I would also, because I've got some reference up on my other monitor, if you folks have maybe a favorite team with that has a favorite jersey that you think would be cool for me to take a look at, just for some inspiration, also feel free to throw your favorite teams in the chat, because I'm curious about that, and also would love to see what the hockey community's favorite designs are.
So the Solar Bears are a ECHL hockey team in Florida.
Bears?
The Solar Bears.
Like bears in space.
Like sun bears. They're polar bears in Florida.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, so it was a team that was around when I was a kid. So I used to go to Solar Bears games as a kid.
Check it out.
And then they like went bankrupt, and then they brought them back while I was living in Orlando, and they would do special edition jerseys for different things. So they had like a breast cancer awareness one, they had an army one, they had a whole bunch. And then like fun fact, I know how to score keep a hockey game.
Do you? I
worked at an ice rink, and my boss came up to me one day and he was like, "You want to score keep hockey games?" And I was like, "I know nothing about hockey." And he goes, "You don't have to know anything." I said, "Okay." It's really funny, like watching some of these. It was what they called the beer leagues, which were just the guys that came and did it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they had D League, C League, B League. And then for one season, we had an A League, which were like former pros.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because there was like, I don't know how to do shots on goal or any of like the fancy stuff, but I can follow a game fairly well. And I knew all the calls because the refs would start to quiz me.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing for me was like, you'd see these guys walk in with a full set of teeth, and then they'd be out on the ice. They'd be missing like their front teeth. And I looked at one of my managers one day. I was like, did he have teeth when he walked in? He goes, yeah, he wears a flipper.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So, yeah. That
makes perfect sense.
But it's very disorienting, because I was like, I could have sworn that man had teeth.
Where did they go?
Yeah. Which is also the reason my parents never let me play hockey. Not that I really ever wanted to, but my dad was like,
though.
Yeah, he was like, listen, if you break your mouth, I'm not fixing your teeth.
Oh, and your dad's a dentist, so that's even funnier. He was like, You know what? I've seen a lot of people that make these decisions. It's a no from me, love.
Yeah. I have fallen on my face literally once, and the first thing I checked was, are all of my teeth there?
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully they were, because the last thing I wanted to was to go to my dad and be like, can you fix it?
Please. I remember. Oh my God, Val, save your work. I'm so sorry. Anika's in the chat. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my God. Also, sit, flip, and save?
Mm-hmm.
Hydrate.
I am getting ready to flip eventually. I'm kind of doing like just like this first design. I think actually I could probably flip it now. So I'm going to Control J just to duplicate this, and I'm going to clip that so it's not all, there we go. I'm going to free transform, and I will flip that horizontal, and I'm just going to cruise this on over here, like so, just to kind of start building this out. And I don't know, 100%. I mean, it looks hockey jersey-esque to me.
It does, actually.
I'm liking it. I'm kind of looking at how people like to have the designs on the sleeves and things, and it seems like it's very popular to have kind of echoing shapes and patterns along the shoulders and sleeves. And then I think what I would like to do is have maybe kind of an ombre in like the main body and sleeves. Yeah. Also, I added a lighter color purple, and I don't know if that's against the rules. Am I breaking the rules if I accent it with a lighter purple?
There's no rules. I gave you like, tints, but if you need to go a little lighter, a little darker, by all means. I'm not gonna get angry. How dare you? I'm
so sorry, Shauna. Hockey jersey or cool Val sweater, both good. Honestly, I would wear this.
There's a Star Wars jersey.
My face.
I think Solar Bears actually had like a Star Wars jersey, if I remember. I'll find it later. If I can find it, I will send it your way.
Please. I love that. And we're talking about like long sleeve purple sweaters. This from the girl who's currently wearing a purple tie-dye Fleetwood Mac sweatshirt. Like this is definitely my style.
I almost wore I have a t-shirt that I designed for my friend's company that says toe pick. And I almost wore it, but decided against it at the last minute.
Well, you'll have to wear it another time, because now I have to see it.
Yes. It's really cute. We also have one that I did, like the stupidest ones I made are the ones that are selling the best, and one of them is the Bend Your Knees Club.
The Bend Your Knees Club.
Yeah, and it looks like a hipster logo almost, and it just says like, bend your knees. I am bending. Well, bend more. Adult skate too. Because it's an actual conversation everyone has on the ice at one point or another.
That sounds very relatable.
It's yes.
I think I need my lasso tool so that I can come in here and just cordon off this body, and I am going to throw. So I'm debating whether or not to make this an ombre, or instead of like, you know, just a gradient, doing kind of a design, because I feel like, you know, these are fictional, so I could probably, you know, do whatever I want. you know, I could do a pattern if I wanted to, maybe.
We want things that look cool, but there's kind of like, there's not really a rule per se. So
let's see. I'm going to see, because I think that I downloaded some tile brushes recently that have, some good patterns.
Tim says the Bruins have a great jersey. Yeah.
The Bruins?
Yeah, the Bruins. I feel like I need to look this up because if you were to tell me to look up a hockey jersey, I wouldn't know it off the top of my head.
Ooh, I really like this brush. Oh no. That's so cool.
Oh, are those from the winter brushes?
I think so, yeah. Do we use it?
Yeah, because you could get away with that. That would be digital printing on fabric, so.
That is pretty neat. I almost wish it was bigger. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to make us a pattern real quick. So I'm going to, let's see, let me Control D to deselect. I am I'm going to paint bucket in some, above everything. I'm going to paint bucket in some white just so I can stare at a clean canvas for a second. I'll grab my brush, and I am going to, that's with white. My bad. I'm going to grab a purple. Let me snag this purple again. Maybe this dark color. And on a new layer, I am going to just make us a scribble of this fine pattern. And this is a very large file for the brush that I'm using, so forgive me while my computer thinks for just a moment. Okay, so I've got my pattern. I feel like I need a little more there, a little more there. And I guess I don't have to be super precious with this, but I've got this, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that layer into a smart object, and I will resize and just, you know, make the waves bigger. I don't know if the brush will do this for me the way I want it to, but I'm going to go ahead and go like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's decent. And then I am also going to, let's see. Maybe I'll leave it like that. I was thinking I would change the color, but honestly, I can change the color by locking my layer transparency once I put it where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and Control or Command A to kind of select my canvas. And then I'm just going to duplicate that. So I've got my little smart object version here that's much bigger, but I'm going to take just this layer and I'm going to bring it down here. Throw that in there, and then I'm going to make this just slightly smaller, like so. And then I am going to mask this real quick. So I will hit my little mask button, come in with a soft round. If I can snag a soft round brush, I know I have one. There you are. And I'm just going to mask it out where I don't want it. Around these edges, and the collar, because I don't think I need it in the collar. There we go. Boom, boom. I kind of like this, and I think, you know, maybe it's not what everyone would think when they think hockey jersey, but I am the master of this creative realm right now. And if I want these cool wave patterns on my jersey, I think I can have them.
This
So
is your
I
world.
like
We
it.
are just living in it.
Exactly. And then what I can do is I can actually lock the transparency. So for those of you who maybe don't use lock transparency on a layer, I didn't use it for the longest time, and I didn't really know what exactly made lock transparency special. So real quick, I'm gonna, just in case you've never used this or you've never heard of it, I'm gonna change your life real quick. Let me make a new layer. So if I, with a brush, let me grab a brush. If I draw something, for example, maybe I want to make a little happy face, and that's my little character that I've made. Sometimes I use clipping masks a lot. So if I wanted to, make a clipping mask to this to change its color or to add some cool stuff into it, I could make myself a clipping mask, grab a different color, and I could only, I could just clip to exactly what's on the layer just below the clipping mask layer, which is really cool. So everything I put here is only going to adhere to the layer that's just below it. But sometimes I find myself in situations where I've got all of these different elements clipped to something. For example, basically the way that I'm doing this jersey right now, if you look in my layers panel, I've got this jersey shape and all of this stuff is clipped to it. But if I want to do what I'm doing right now, which is do the same sort of clipping mask effect to something that's already a clipping mask, it's kind of like, how do I do that? I can't, if I paint here, it's going to clip to the entire jersey shape. It's not going to just clip to these waves that I like. So if I lock transparency, it allows you to paint directly on the actual layer itself you'd like to change, and it only lets you place down new color, new ink, where the pixels already are on that layer at the time that you lock the transparency. So if I don't have transparency locked here and I grab my brush and I decide, maybe I want to use this lighter color, and I paint here, it's, I'm painting over the top of it. But if I hit this it's a little checkerboard icon here, and lock it, then it only paints where pixels have already been placed when I hit layer transparency. So it really is kind of a cool way to alter and stylize your layers, especially in an instance like this, where you might, maybe I want to do an ombre. I actually don't think I want to do an ombre like that. But if I wanted to change the colors of this real quick, and I only wanted it to change where this design is, but it's already a clipping mask, so I can't do a double clipping mask really, then you could do it that way. So I think, I thought maybe I would do a lighter version, but now I don't think I will. I don't know.
Annika says, hi, everyone, lurking and working.
Got that lurk and work going on. It's good to see you, Annika.
I love the lurk and work.
That fade looks great. Thank you, Jacob. Also, how are you doing over there, Shauna? How are things?
It's good. I'm doing an ugly jersey to start because I feel like this is my warm up. I started with my hands were literally cold. Mm-hmm. When I started, which bad circulation problems. So it's that's already it's already fun as it is. But this is where I'm at, and it's just kind of I'm just gonna do whatever colors work, and then I will work to make one that's pretty after this. Dorina says, "Oh my God, that's so cool!" And General Kenobi's in chat trying to trigger you.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. General Kenobi said, where is it? I thought Jar Jar was the key. Because
thank you for inviting me, but I've got to go. I have to leave.
Yeah, Wade said lock transparency is the key to all things. And General Kenobi says Jar Jar is the key.
I will, because I love and respect everyone who's here today, especially those Adobe team members that work so hard to make sure that we are putting out the proper content. I will not rant. in the middle of our stream about Jar Jar Binks. But
There you go.
I want to. I have a strong desire. The need is great.
Josh says, now they are figuratively cold because your drawings are so cool. Thank you, Josh. How are you?
I'm trying to think of like, do I want this same design on the sleeves? But I don't know. I feel like that was a good idea in theory, but maybe not in practice. I'm not sure.
What if you, I kind of like that dark one, but
Just
what if
the
you did it dark from the top of the sleeve?
Oh, hey, okay. Let's try that.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea. Let's see how that looks.
Also, guys, when you're drawing this, you can rotate your canvas. You are allowed to do that. I've had people ask, like, can you do that? Are you allowed to do that? Yes.
Rotating canvas has saved me so many times.
Yes, so much. I do it all the time in fresco, and it is just so much better for doing clean lines.
I'm trying to decide like how I'm actually going to do this. I think the problem that I'm having is like I want it to fade, but I don't know if I need to like go with the shape of the sleeve and just fade it that way, or if I should do it at an angle, or what. So I'm kind of struggling through the experimentation of this right now because I don't know if it looks great, but what I might do is just hide it for now, because that's what I will do. Well, maybe that looks cool actually, because it's like it's fading like down the shoulders. But sometimes what I'll do is I will just hide it and then come back to it later. But I also don't know. I feel like maybe the ombre needs to happen from the bottom, because I already have the shape, like the pattern itself. I already have that kind of happening from the top in a different color. So I feel like if I do it in a different color on the sleeves, it should be coming from like the opposite direction, so that I don't have two colors of the same ombre pattern coming, like beginning from the same space. But I don't know, maybe some people wouldn't mind that.
You could do a contrasting sleeve where the sleeves are that light purple.
Oh.
And then you do the set purple, the like main one as your pattern.
That's a good idea. Okay, let's try that. This is like the swankiest hockey jersey ever. This is like fabulous, I think. And I'm really having a good time. Okay,
I'm glad. Okay, so this is what I've got so far.
Yeah, let's take a look. What you're working with?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide, like, I'm probably going to use a darker green and do some additional finagling with like outlining. It's a lot of patterns right now because I'm trying to go without like doing any reference for myself, which is probably the worst idea, but the best outcomes possibly too.
Oh, I love it. I love all of the different designs and shapes there. That is so cool.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. That's very unique. All right. Let's turn this back on.
I'm not taking into account what hockey fans would like at all.
I'm taking into account what I would like. That's what I'm taking into account.
Yes. What would I wear?
What do I want though? Okay, I rotated the sleeves, like the sleeve pattern, and I think it looks really good rotated at an angle. Let me jump over here, and there we go. Let's kind of paint this out in my mask, and then I'm going to grab a soft round brush, and we will kind of fade this down, I think.
If anyone's working alongside us too, like let us know, because we'd love to see what you're working on if you feel like sharing it like via Twitter or something.
I might also, instead of fading it, maybe I just make this a color that is super. Let me grab I'm going to lock the transparency on this one as well. I'm going to grab like this color, and I'm going to make it just slightly darker. And then I'm going to paint it in. Let me grab a harder brush so I don't have to work through the transparency of this brush. And then maybe just make these like very, very subtle. So maybe it doesn't have to be like ombre per se. Maybe I can just make it very, very faint so that you can barely see it. And it still has like kind of that echo of that design, but it's not as in your face as like on the main piece here. So I might do that. That could be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that around. Let me make sure that that is clipped. Create clipping mask, and I will flip it.
People are thinking about names for the teams.
Oh, please. What are they
okay.
saying?
So Wade says, oh, hold on. There's another Jar Jar comment. Hang on.
Oh gosh.
General Kenobi says, let the Jar Jar hate flow through you.
That's a good response to my comments. That's good.
Megan says that your jersey is very Luca-esque.
Luca-esque?
Yeah, that sea monster movie from Disney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Wade says for Val's jersey, maybe the Cthulhu collars.
You know what?
Bullies, Violet reactions.
I am going to go with Cthulhu collars. Can I? I mean, so Sid did such an excellent job, and you did such an excellent job making mascots. Should I use like your mascots to like and incorporate them on the jersey, or can I like actually make this a Cthulhu jersey?
You could make it a Cthulhu.
All right, Cthulhu is happening. Let's go ahead, and I've got like I put this shape in the center here, but what I am gonna do is I am going to come back up here where I have this white that just to separate everything that I'm doing from the main files. I'm gonna make a new layer, and I'm gonna draw us a Cthulhu, which is just gonna be the cutest, sweetest baby octopus head in the world. That's what it's gonna be. Let me make sure I've got my colors though. Where did my color layer go? Here they are. Let's bring this up here. Okay.
Is there a hashtag? I like the rough hashtag is hashtag Adobe Winter Games. So I feel like that's the easiest one to find. And then if you want to tag us, I am at Shauna Parmesan, and Val, I believe, is at VooDoo Val.
Yes. It depends on where you tag me though. On Instagram, it's VooDoo.Val, and then on Twitter, it's VooDoo_Val.
Oh, okay.
There's another VooDoo Val out there.
Oh no.
That had my stuff. I know. I don't, to my knowledge, she's not an artist, so I didn't have to go all Highlander about it. But she does have the tag I want.
Okay.
I'm kind of like, I've been wanting that handle for 8 years, but I don't have it yet.
My favorite is when it's a handle that's taken, but it's not been used in years.
Yeah. That's delightful. She uses it though, so
Oh, okay.
I behave myself. Yeah.
I waited until my domain name, because I use Shauna Lynn for my domain.
Mm-hmm.
I waited for that to go on sale because it was someone's like anime portfolio at one point.
Really?
Yeah. And so that was like back when I was in college. It was someone's anime portfolio, and then it went on sale and it was like $1,000-something. And I was like, I want it, but I don't want it that much.
I love that you think I can just,
but I waited. I waited till it dropped a bit lower, and I will unfortunately I spent a couple $100 on it, but yeah, but at that point, yeah, I was able to pay in installments, which helped. So
okay.
Yeah. So it was like $50 a month to get it, and now it's mine. So it's only like $10 every year to renew.
Nice. All right. I am doing half of our Cthulhu head here, and I'm gonna flip it, and we're gonna kind of see if it needs to be sculpted anymore. So let's go ahead and duplicate that and flip it around. Oh, I painted that. Hold on, I painted that right on the layer with my stuff. You ever do that? You know, you're drawing and then you realize that you've painted on your background and you're like, ha, ah,
All the time.
do I even know what I'm doing?
All the time. Because for a while I was working with artboards in Photoshop, and when you do artboards, you don't have that locked background layer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very Squidward head-esque right now.
It is.
So I didn't have that worry. And then when I switched to just doing like one page again,
mm-hmm.
then I was like, I can't tell you how many times I drew on my background. And I was like, no, I did not ask for this.
The bad feel that we have all felt.
My favorite though is when I have not locked my sketch layer and I find that I've drawn on my sketch layer.
Oh no, yeah. That's always a great feeling.
Yeah.
So I turned, instead of mirroring it perfectly, I actually rotated one of my duplications of this. And then I've turned it just to kind of give it kind of a nicer shape, but I think I just need to, for those of you maybe wondering why I just drew this line real quick, it is because I just wanted to make sure that when I rotated it around that it doesn't have to be perfect, but I just wanted it to have some semblance of being centered. I think I'm going to bring this over.
I'm going to, just for kicks, bring this over into I'm going to go open my mockup because I want to see what this looks like. So okay. I'm going to turn off the demo layer. We're going to go back to the main stencil. I'm going to duplicate this, turn off I'm going to delete the layer mask, and I'm just going to flatten it. Command A, copy, move back to this. Command V, paste. And we're going to figure out how sizing works because I did not size it properly, apparently. Oh, here we go. That's why I have a stencil in here. So I can line it up. I thought of the things.
Yeah, what I ended up doing was I grouped all of my stuff. Like when I tested it out last night, I grouped all my stuff. And then I duplicated that group and turned it into a smart object and made sure that it was, I grouped all the stuff and then I duplicated it and I just flattened that. And then I used the magic wand tool to select the outside of the stencil and then just masked it and converted it to smart objects. So it was like, just to give me an easier, like perfect layout of it. So I don't have to trust myself to be perfect with the selection or noodle around.
Makes sense. One thing you might have to do once you convert it and take off the stencil layer is just kind of fill in where the black lines were.
I think I ended up like paint bucketing just a flat color that matches, just in case the version that I put in there like didn't go straight to the edges, and that kind of worked out pretty well, I think. So also just a quick update, I have got a little Cthulhu head in here, and I'm getting ready to give him some eyeballs. He kind of looks like a giant hand right now, but he's gonna be very cute very soon. So I need to know from chat though, is this a happy Cthulhu or is he just like rough and tough? You know, I
see him with like angry red eyes. Also, the mock-up worked, guys.
Ooh, let's see.
I'm so excited. It worked. Look at him in his cute little jersey. One second.
Yeah, I don't think we can flip it over because I can't see it just yet, but I'm very excited.
Rob says that is a smashing color palette for a hockey team. So cool. Let's see. General Kenobi says, always two there are, the master and the apprentice.
I really do appreciate all of the random Star Wars quotes and things, General Kenobi. Dude, you know what this looks like? This looks like like a really adorable version of like the Punisher logo.
It actually does, yes.
But I am a Punisher fan, so I'm gonna go ahead and just vibe with that. Honestly, I'm just gonna decide that that is fine. If people look at it and they're like, Punisher, I'm like, maybe. So he's got little eyes, and then I think we can go, please nobody get mad, but we are going to go a little bit ooh-woo with this, because I think going to give him like the angry anime veins. You know, I was thinking that might be fun. Just like, so you know he's angry, just in case you had like any wonder or a reservation about, you know, is he mad? He's going to have just these cute little, you know, his veins popping out on the side of his head. Let me go ahead and duplicate that, and I'm going to rotate. And we're going to do the same thing here.
I forgot to mask my color. Whoops.
Oh no. Oh no. It happens.
It happens. Whoops.
Go ahead and merge those, and I'm going to select. Boom, boom.
Josh Ryan says, Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. Oh my God. Josh Ryan, I don't have an award for you, but if I did, I would be presenting it right now. That's brilliant. You're a genius. Brilliant. Genius. Pure genius. Okay.
I may have to do just a little bit of updating to this mock-up at some point.
Okay.
And so we'll just, you know, we'll run with it for now, but I'm pretty sure I got to do an edit to it because, yeah, I have it. Okay. Yeah. So guys, I will update the mock-up for Winslow because I did his jersey that has the little folds, and that's messing with the mock-up here. So I'm gonna have to change it out.
It happens.
It happens.
It's all good.
I feel like it's like it should update, but we'll see.
I think I'm
it may be a simple change on my end too. So I know what it is. Okay. I know what happened. Okay, I just gotta do a different mask. That's all. Let's see if that. I'm gonna see if this works, and if it does, then fantastic.
Angry brows. So angry, guys. So angry.
Yeah, I'll fix it later. It'll work.
He's actually a sweet baby, though.
Yes, for Juniper's, I definitely did do the flat jersey without folds.
Mm-hmm.
Josh says, "Oh my God, that mock-up looks so good. Thank you. I tried." Juniper's works really well. Winslow's I got to do a little bit of finagling on, but his was the first one I did, and he's got like a lot of folds and movement. So I'm gonna try jersey number 2 now and just see what I can come up with. Because why not? I'm gonna start with this blue though as a base because I think that'll look really nice.
I'm excited because I like that bluish color. It's very, very pretty.
I'm going to turn my stencil down in opacity just a little bit so I can make sure that I cover those areas and get under the. I just want to make sure everything is covered so I don't have any awkward spots.
Oops, what did I just do?
Yeah, these stencils used. The mock-ups on the characters used a lot of puppet warping because there was no other way.
I imagine so, though. Like I imagine that is the case.
Yeah, it was a lot of puppet warping.
Okay, I need to make. I'm gonna do. Normally, I think I would do a stroke around this to do the outline I'm about to do right now because I want to outline, but I'm using a textured brush and I don't like what stroke looks like when you do that around like the texture, because then the stroke is not clean, you know?
Right.
So I'm just gonna draw around this really quick. And it might not be perfect, but I feel like if I ask nicely, you will all forgive me. So
There we go. I am looking at some of Kyle's gouache brushes to see if I could do something a little more on the painted realm for this one.
ooh. Okay, we've got our Cthulhu. Cthulhu. That was
We're not
Ryan,
able to
right?
say that without cracking up, honestly. Like,
that's beautiful.
Rob says, I'm definitely getting a purple Punisher from this.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was like, I feel like this kind of looks like the Punisher sigil, but you know what? I like the Punisher too. That was like one of my favorite Marvel characters that started popping up in the shows recently.
Yeah.
I think I painted to that season of Daredevil and the Punisher TV show for a long time. Like when that came out, that was like one of the shows I had on in the background, like of my workspace on like a loop while I was working. So there's a lot of like kind of a wealth of inspiration from those shows for me. So I think that's fitting. Okay, here's our mascot, our Cthulhu. I'm going to go ahead and convert this to a smart object. I'm going to unhide all of this, and we're going to place it on our jersey. And I think it's so cute.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It looks perfect.
I love it.
It's
so good.
I almost want it to like kind of be a little more in contrast with the rest of it, but I wonder if we could put like make the outline brighter.
I would say either brighter or give like some kind of darker halo around the light halo.
Yeah, maybe it just needs one more outline. Huh.
What if you did a dark splat behind him?
Ooh, okay. All right. Let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna grab him. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog. He's protecting the homestead at the moment.
Josh is on a roll today. What about an Adobe themed hockey team? The photo shots.
The photo shots.
There's something there is something there too with like Illustrator that could be done, and I just like it's on the tip of my tongue and I just can't quite get it.
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was sending a carrier pigeon by text to my family to restrain the little monster outside.
Oh. I can't hear any little monsters, so you're fine.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I'm trying to think. So yeah, so we have the photo shots, but I feel like there's something with Illustrator that would work.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think.
I'll put some thought into it.
Like something angry.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like a fight. Becca says, I kind of want to see how he'd look with little purple pupils in the eyes.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oops, I need to make a.
And then Wade goes, inky splat.
A little ink splat.
And then Rob goes, you made me ink.
Yeah.
Isn't that from Finding Nemo?
Yeah, the little pink octopus.
Okay. Josh, you win today. The Killustrators, the Illustrators.
Wow. The Killustrators and the Illustrators. Those are both really good.
They really are. Josh is like on an absolute roll today.
Josh is winning. I'm gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna like
paint an ink splat, but I'm gonna.
Josh gets the feel good award for today.
Yes. Josh is winning.
The Pun-isher award today.
Yep, the Punisher.
See, I can pun too.
I don't know if this is like ink-esque, but I feel like I'm
Cool.
on the right
Yeah.
track. I feel like
Yeah.
it's doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and go with something along these vibes. Also, how are we doing on time? 'Cause I realize
We're
I'm
still good. It's we're about an hour in.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we're like an hour in, so we still have about 45 minutes before we have to think about wrapping things up.
Okay. So, because I was wondering, I was like, I kind of thought it would be cool to do more than one
Yeah,
design. So I think I'll probably have time to definitely do that. That would be
it's
cool.
fun because it's different ways of utilizing the color palette and themes.
Yeah.
Like my little character, he's sporty, and like I'm gonna pull up his little thing. His personality is wild, energetic, and sporty. So I'm like trying to do things that have some energy to them.
Mm-hmm. For Juniper, it was very much you know, I'm cute, but I'm tough, and I encourage all you gals, if you want to do tough sports, to do the tough sports. So I feel like we've got a really nice, like, kind of feminine vibe, like with the cute colors and, you know, like cute mascot, but it's also kind of gritty and tough, I think, you know. So staying as true to our little prompts as we can.
It actually was recently very National Women in Sports Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah. It was, I can't remember what day it was, but it was very recently that it was National Women in Sports Day.
I'm wondering if I should move my ink splotch over. I think I do need to move it over. I think that would be better, and maybe down.
And again, if anyone's over on YouTube, we are hanging out over on Behance. So come join us at behance.net/live, because that's where the fun is.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the fun conversation is happening, and where we're answering any questions and interacting.
That's where the memes are. Okay.
Where the memes are. It's where the puns are.
Our
resident puns are.
Exactly. It's where the resident meme lords are residing currently, mixing their jokes. So please head over, because I would love to see you in the chat.
And if you want to work alongside us, the link to the CC assets is in the info tab, and you too can make jerseys with us.
Please do, because honestly, at this point, I think that you guys should all do what you want to do for the project, but I would not be opposed to more Cthulhu's. I would not be opposed. Okay. I put the pupils in here. Somebody had said, you know, what would that be like? And I think I kind of like them. Honestly, I just put like little pinpoints, you know. And then I think another thing I'm gonna do just real quick is I'm gonna grab this light color, and I'm gonna bring just a tiny bit more light into the tentacles, because I think I'm losing just a little bit of visibility on them with that shadow underneath being so dark. So I'm just gonna see if I can stylize this just a little bit and get kind of a different vibe. That really looks like a hand sort of now. I don't know if that was a good idea, but I'm gonna experiment for a second. Now it looks like a jellyfish.
I mean, I could still read kind of a Cthulhu.
I think I'm gonna soften that, especially around the edges. Maybe I'll just do it like that. Okay. So it's like not quite as dark as it was, but it still has, you know, kind of that vibe. Okay, I am going to go ahead and convert that to a smart object together. I'm gonna hide this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure that this splat is all the way kind of filled in, so we don't have any loose ends if I decide to redo the reposition Cthulhu. And I'm gonna call this splat and Cthulhu. It is Cthulhu now. It's not.
It is Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's Cthulhu. Okay, and then I am going to unhide this white, and I'm gonna snag these and group them, and I'm gonna bring them down here so that we can kind of resize and reposition as we see fit. So let's maybe, is it bad if that splat is encroaching upon the, oh, maybe I'll just swap the collar colors, because like I'm putting that underneath there, but maybe it does need to be, no, or maybe I'll just make it a tiny bit smaller, the splat anyways. Let's make the splat slightly smaller, like so. Boom. And then let's keep, Cthulhu looks good there. I think that works. I think we've got kind of a cool thing going on. I think it works. I think it looks nifty. Okay. Huh. Feel like maybe we need another little something on the sleeves and stuff, but maybe not. Let's go ahead and test it. Let's test this. I am going to snag all of this stuff. I'm going to group it. I'm going to duplicate that group, and hide one. And I'm going to turn this into a smart object. And it's kind of messy without the stencil, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and, which one of these is it? We want to add design here. So I'm going to go ahead and double click this add design here in our thing. I'm going to grab my test run and throw this in here. Put this right here. Turn our thing on there.
Oh, purple and orange would look really cool.
Purple and orange is not a bad combo. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's kind of Halloween-y, you know? Oh yeah. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then if you guys want to see this magic, we can jump over here.
Yeah.
Look at her. It looks so good. Look at it. And look, it like bends.
Gosh.
It bends perfect. The shadows look excellent. Everything. Look at you. Shauna Lynn shining right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
These are great mock-ups.
I went into the mock-ups with a hope and a prayer that they would match properly. So I am so glad they do.
No, this does look her, like it bends. Look at, if I zoom in, it looks really, really good. Like the design of the sleeve totally bends around her arm and everything. So I can just, honestly, this would be great, like, to do if you had like a comic strip or characters or whatever. You could just like dress them. If you made, you know, like a bunch of these of your characters in different poses and like put in that work with the puppet warp, you could just like dress up your illustrations. This looks excellent. And look, it changed the because these are sampled, I assume, from the main thing. So it changed. I have the texture in here, like my like a little sample.
They're supposed to be like little color swatches, even though it's going to pick up the pattern and stuff.
But it's perfect because it looks like I purposely was like, look at here's a close up, you zoom in for detail on this pattern, and you know, these colors that I'm using in here. It just, oh, that's good.
The power of linked smart objects. I learned how to do that really well last week.
J. Mark Bowden says, or have the ink splat coming up from the sleeve cuffs towards the elbows. Ooh. That is a good idea. Like to just do some little splats. Maybe we'll have to try that. Let's come over here. I'm gonna hide that, unhide this. Let's come down to where my splat is.
Oh my gosh. Hey Mark, I'm glad you joined us.
I'm gonna throw this here. And
I'm doing some very like graphic pattern style ones, but Val's is So good.
I'm glad you like it. I'm having a great time.
I see. Like, I cannot handle how good that is.
Let's see. I kind of, I kind of went wild with the illustration though. And I started doing it and I was like, do I have time to like do a drawing? Because that's not technically the plan for today, but
well, it works though. Like it works because a lot of these jerseys will have their logo on the front. So like I have to think what I would do on this one, maybe like a little whale or something.
I think that Mark Bowden is a genius. I think that you have supplied me with an excellent idea, and that looks actually super freaking cool.
I really think this needs to be made into a real jersey. There are places you could get it done.
Yeah, this is pretty neat. I almost feel like there needs to be something here in this plain area, but I don't know.
In which area?
Like right directly, like in this triangle of space.
Maybe a like another splat as if as if he's going upwards. So like
okay.
I sound effect things, so I'm like trying to figure out how
no, that's perfect. Real quick, before I do that, I am going to try just to see how would happen if I just added another splat, because it might be cool just to rotate this and throw just some design down here. But I could do this and kind of have it as a base for that. Like he's propelling himself with ink splat, Here we go. Okay.
General Kenobi is impressed.
Thank you. All right, let's like this. I do want to change it up because I don't want every element of splat that I use in this to be just a duplicate and like a duplicated rotated version of the splat that I'm using behind, because I don't want it to start to get repetitive and like recognizable, if that makes sense.
I think I'm drawing a little whale character for mine. This is not sporty at all. This is just cute, but
do it. I feel like you earn points for Adorb's characters,
I actually think with this too, I could almost, because it looks like water. I could have some fun with water droplets.
Oh my god, that whale is the best. That is so perfect. I love it.
Let's see. Now the real question is, should I contrast it?
Okay. I think that does actually look cool.
Oh my god.
Like he's like, like whooshing, kind of.
I love it.
I'm pretty pleased with this.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I feel like we could probably go with this one.
Yes, throw it on Juniper. Let's see how it looks.
Okay. Let me collapse this. I'm gonna call this J1 because that was like the version 1 that we did. I'm gonna duplicate this group again, convert it to smart object, and I'll call it J2 just so I remember which is which. And then we will drag this over. And I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and save.
Oh my gosh, I am so ready for this reveal.
Yes! It's so
Oh my love it.
Can I change the color of her pants? Is that?
I was just about to say you should be able to. You just have to go into Juniper.
Okay. Let's go ahead because I want to change her outfit.
Yeah, good luck finding it because I'm pretty sure I didn't name any of those layers.
I think I can just hold control and click her pants. And there we go.
Okay.
And I'm just going to name this pants.
Mark says, oh my God, please make that a narwhal. Done.
Yes. Okay, what is the narwhal's team called though? Because
I need something really punny. The Cthulhu Crushers.
The Cthulhu Callers. It was something with call, because like Call of Cthulhu, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
I think it was Call. Remind me, because I feel like I remember it having to do with the word call.
Okay,
but I could be wrong.
I'm gonna scroll through our chat here and see if I can find it.
Okay,
you're right. The Cthulhu Callers.
Okay, because that's like whoever suggested that knows their Lovecraft. All right, I am going to grab this.
Little narwhal, unicorns of the sea. But his horn is like a hockey stick shape. That might look really kind of that might look wrong.
I'm gonna put the pattern on her pants because I feel like she needs it. And I'm going to color the pants. I'm like digging into this.
I love it so much.
I'm digging into your file here though, and just like transforming the colors of everything. I don't know if it was intended for me to do more than just the jersey, but now we got to color all of this.
I mean, now you got to change the stick tape color and.
I may, if you don't mind.
I won't.
Because I just think that would be cool.
It might all be one layer. I'm not sure on the hockey stick, so just you might have to clipping mask it. But
okay. I may just I might just do the clipping mask because honestly, that's what I'm doing here with the pants, and it works for me because clipping masks is like my favorite way to work. So. Okay, there we go, and there we go. Also, if folks have any questions or anything, feel free to type them in the chat. I would love to answer any questions that you may have for me. So, holler at me, let me know.
Yes, we're more than happy to answer anything and everything. Almost everything.
Most things.
Most things.
Yeah.
Realized as I said that I was like,
yeah. We reserve the right to deny answers to any questions to be safe, but I'm sure that things will be fine.
What has been your work soundtrack of choice lately?
I've been listening to audiobooks lately, actually.
Yeah, any good ones?
And I've been listening to Volume 2 of The Sandman. And I don't know if there's any Sandman fans in the chat, but it's excellent. And James McAvoy voices Morpheus in the audiobook. So
he has a good voice.
He does have an excellent voice. And it really works because Morpheus is he's a character that needs a very rich voice. And I think that James McAvoy does an excellent job. So, but I typically listen to audiobooks or music while I'm working. Audiobooks specifically, I feel like I've said this a lot of times, but sometimes when I work, I have work that I'm like, I love what I do. I love drawing. I love painting. I love being able to be creative for a living. But sometimes I am, you get that feeling where you're reminded that it's still a job and it's fun, but it's a job. And sometimes you're not super enthused about the stuff that you have to get done, And I noticed that if I ever fall into that mode, if I put an audiobook on, I feel like I'm there to enjoy a story, almost like watching a movie, but I don't have to use my eyes. And so I listen to a good audiobook, and then like the design kind of flows second nature. So I don't feel like I'm sitting there working on something that's like tedious. I just feel like I'm there watching a movie almost.
I like that.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Let's see. What are your thoughts on Jar Jar? Josh? You're lucky I like you. Also, Josh, I'm pretty sure I know who you are. Yes, I was told that you were an Animal Crossing.
Yep, I was just about to say that.
And I'm pretty sure that I found out about you through Mama Shauna Parmigiana here. And I'm following you on Instagram, and I think your Instagram's great. So welcome in.
Yes.
What link, please, Val? Oh, you mean the audiobook for the Sandman? That's on Audible. I'm a gold member on Audible because I'm a big nerd and I consume a ridiculous amount of books constantly. So, but I can't use my hands because if I buy the physical copies of the books, I will I'll never work because I will constantly be sitting reading the physical book. I can no longer do that. And I have tons of books. I have shelves and shelves of books. But I haven't purchased a physical book in a while that I actually read because I feel like I'll never get any work done. Now if I buy a book, I buy like a special edition of something that is precious to me. And then I'll listen to the audiobook still, but I just want to have, the physical copy. That is the cutest narwhal I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you. I tried.
Can we get a zoom in on his sweet little face?
Yeah, there's not anything sporty about this little guy, but like,
who cares? Who cares? That is like, I just want to give him sweet little kisses and pat his little head and tell him he's a good boy. That's perfect. Yes.
He does a very good job. Josh says that he needs to have you on the stream.
So I was told about the stream by you, I think.
Yeah.
Too. I want to be on it.
It's fun. I have neglected my island. I am scared to go back.
I have I just redid everything. Like I just pulled all of I literally picked up every single thing off of my island. And now I'm revamping it. So
see, that's what I did. And I got overwhelmed. And then I just abandoned it. So I have to open it up again at some point, but we'll see. Rob, I'd love to add a lime green piping only so that I could use it in the pupils. It's so cool. And that narwhal gives me Kirby vibes. So like these prompts, they have a color palette, but like you are welcome to make adjustments because obviously people have colors that they gravitate to, but if you want a challenge, you just use those. Jacob says, I took the dog for a walk and came back to this. The whole set looks amazing. Great work. Oh my gosh, Val's even going in and adjusting the skate color.
Heck yeah. I told you she'll turn up to this game looking fly.
See, now you gotta do the stripes on the socks too.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Like we're going all in for this. And I do sort of vaguely remember telling everyone that I was going to do like 3 of these designs. But now I know that I don't know if I have the time to put in exactly this much effort to another jersey, but I will work on another one if I end up editing all of this before the end, because I think it would be cool. Maybe we could get some speed design ideas in the chat, and I'll like see how fast I can do whatever the chat tells me to do.
Yeah, maybe that
could be fun.
They give suggestions and you have to incorporate at least 3 of them.
Yeah. Or I mean, I could start doing it, and I'll just, as you guys start putting stuff in the chat, I'll just start snagging random ones and just like throwing all of those ideas in and just see it. It'll either be a monstrosity, like a Frankenstein of design, or it will be amazing. But either way, I think we'll all remember it fondly. So
yes. I feel like we need to tag the NHL though, like in your Cthulhu one, because like,
oh yeah, you think so?
brilliant.
Maybe I will. Okay, so she's got the skates. I feel like, you know, the helmet. Oh, I'm gonna put Cthulhu's eyes on the helmet so that they're like angry. So like when she puts her helmet on, she's got like the angry Cthulhu eyes on top. So that's gonna happen. This is my mock-up now.
You've completely commandeered
this mock-up belongs to me. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, though, it's such a good mock-up though. Like it's such a great mock-up. It's kind of hard not to get this excited and put stuff on it like this.
Yeah.
So,
and I appreciate that you did not deviate from your brand at all.
Not at all. No. And I was like, oh, there's so many different colors that she supplied. She's chosen like these excellent, you know, because you put so much effort into all of this, you know, creating the colors and really just like getting in and making these sheets and everything for us. And I was looking at, you know, everything, and I was like, you know, there's some nice colors here and maybe I'll do something different. And I really, honestly, when I sat down today, I thought, you know, maybe I'll use some of the green jewel tone in with the purple. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that. I didn't do that. I chose purple, and everything has been purple thus far, and nothing has turned away from purple. And I'm sure people are very surprised.
If I went with my brand, all of this would be like pastel.
This is true. You do work it with the pastel though. You know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely not against it. My problem is like my work is like too cute sometimes. So like this is supposed to be very sporty, and I'm like, narwhal, baby narwhal.
Okay, I am kind of painting this in here. And I think I'm gonna make the eyes a little bit brighter than, you know, because they're black on the actual logo. But I think I'm going to
you know what you could do is you could get an all over print sweatshirt with this on it.
Oh, that would be great. I would wear the heck out of it. All right, let me go ahead. I'm just going to lock that transparency on there, and I'm going to grab this color. I'm going to grab a brighter color just to really make that. Actually, I'm going to leave the gray on there, but let me get like slightly brighter just to really, there we go. And angry eyes. That's what we're doing. We're putting angry eyes on this.
Angry eyes.
I'm going to trace this. Oh, it's very small. Close enough. Maybe I will make them black. Let me put that under there. And
okay, we have our narwhal. So now I need to go
narwhal.
We have our narwhal. I'm gonna make little like waves in the sleeves here, and I'm gonna ombre them so like every wave is just a little lighter.
Mm-hmm. Do it.
I'm gonna see if this works, and then I will do it to the other sleeve if it does.
Okay, we got the angry eyes, and we're definitely putting the little angry. So then, oh my gosh! So if I put the little angry vein on the helmet too, then all of the girls on her team will look like they have a little anime vein popping out because it's on all of their helmets.
Oh my goodness, Val, you amaze me.
There we go. And then I might come in here. Let's see what that is. Yeah, there we go.
We have Trey in the chat who shared a link to a jersey website that apparently has Cthulhu jerseys.
No way.
Yeah.
Amazing. Does want.
No, I did not.
Okay, socks. There we go. Let's grab. I'm just going to go ahead and lock transparency on that. And we could do like a light purple and a dark purple stripe. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. And then
oh my gosh.
Let's
I love it.
I think for these, I'm actually going to use, I'm going to convert that to a smart object, and I'm going to use hue and saturation to alter the hockey stick.
You could do a black stick too. There's like all kinds of hockey sticks out there.
Well, I just meant for not the stick itself, but for the wrappings, because I think the lines for the wrappings are on the same layer, and I don't want to alter your wonderful art. So there we go. I think that matches well enough. And then I can maybe make the stick slightly darker.
It could be a dark purple stick.
Really? Yeah. You would let me have a purple hockey stick?
Yes. I mean, they exist. I used to work in a pro shop too. You'd be amazed the amount of different hockey sticks there are out there. Yeah, the only thing I have yet to see are like custom color hockey skates. That's not something I've seen yet, but you can get custom colored figure skates. I know that much because I have custom skates and I had the option of whatever leather color they had. Mm-hmm. But I wanted the traditional white because it's pretty. But there are people I know who have like purple, pink, blue, and they go all out.
I think we need our pupils back in here. I think, let me grab like this color. There we go. Put a little dot. Put a little dot.
Okay, the wave thing is actually working. I'm surprised and I'm proud.
Okay, Juniper is good to go. Look at her outfit. She is so fab right now. She's so fab.
Love it. Oh my goodness, y'all.
I'm gonna give her little purple hair ties real quick. Just tiny ones.
Wade goes, whatever leather is a tough phrase. And he's not wrong because I can't say it. Oh gosh. All right, we've got about 20 minutes.
Okay. So we can do like a little speed design if we want.
I almost think you need to just give her a purple streak at this point.
I think that's a good idea. You don't have to twist my arm about that one. It's just kind of like how much can I alter this file that you've given me before I start to encroach upon your creativity? I wasn't sure. But if you think I can paint a streak in her hair, then I'm gonna do it.
I am not against it. You are welcome to do with this what you wish.
Okay.
I kept it simple because anyone joining in, I didn't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. But if you guys all decide you want to go as far as Val is, by all means, have fun with the file.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna make this like a piece of purple that blends in like from the braid, so I'm gonna bring this and then it would come around here, so I'm gonna do that, bring that color in, so it's like the streak that just kind of goes with the flow, the braid flow a little bit, I think would be kind of cool.
Okay. I agree. Arby says, very good design indeed. Anyone who has joined in, you are more than welcome to join in and make your own hockey jerseys. If you go into the info tab, you can find the link to download the files.
Oh my gosh, my brush has been on dissolve, set up here in mode as in like on dissolve this whole time. I was kind of wondering. So, okay, I'm going to let you guys in on a small VooDoo Val art insecurity real quick, just in case anyone else has ever done this. I want you to know that you're not alone. When I started this stream, I noticed that all of my brushes had a weird texture and I didn't know why it had that texture on it. And I was like,
oh no,
I very clearly hit a strange setting somewhere, but I don't know exactly what it is that I hit. I don't know how it got that way. And I can't fix it. So I'm just going to pretend like I meant for the texture to be on there. And then maybe at some point during the stream, it will dawn on me what the issue is. And that's what just happened, is that I looked over here at mode and realized that my brush mode was set to dissolve and not normal. And now it's fixed. now it's saved. But that happens to me no matter how many years I've used Photoshop. Every once in a while I hit something and it either doesn't dawn on me a simple explanation for why something is happening, or I still find every once in a while things I didn't know. So yeah, there you go, guys. I've been very secretly shaken in my boots this whole time. Like, why do all my brushes have this strange texture? I didn't put this texture on my brushes.
But it worked.
It did. It gave us a really nice texture, like kind of the whole time, honestly, that I really like. And I think it lends itself well to the drawings that you did. And I do like texture brushes, so it's not like I've been uncomfortable with the art, but I was like, why is everything textury? Where did this come from? I don't know. You were liking that? Okay. Where to post when you're ready? I think we have a hashtag, I believe you said.
Yes. Hashtag Adobe Winter Games.
Please share with us. I would really, really love to see what you folks do. Feel free to tag me. If you post it on Instagram, I am VooDoo. Here, I'll write it right here. Let me make a new layer. I'm gonna call this social just for now. On Instagram, I am VooDoo Val, and on Twitter I am VooDoo_Val. Ta-da!
Thank you, Wade, for linking.
Oh, there's a link in the chat. I didn't have to do that. Okay. Also, I just realized that I'm getting really close to my screen and you guys are just looking at the top of my head.
That's one of my toxic traits, is I'm just constantly hunched over my screen.
Yeah. You guys are gonna spot all my gray hair that I have now. Don't look. Look away. Look away. Actually, so I did find several gray hairs, and they all seem to be at my in the temple area, and I'm really hoping that I go full supervillain with the gray hair at some point in my life. That's what I want. Yes. I just want villainous silver stripes at each temple, so I can really look super just wicked, so the gray hair might not be all bad. I think I'm growing a great gray pattern. It's going to be useful for a lot of supervillain cosplays later in my life, so I'm trying to be optimistic about it.
I have yet to find a gray hair, but my parents didn't go gray until they were in their like 40s.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 30 this year, which I think is normal graying time for my family. My grandmother has silver hair, which I think is awesome, and I'm like, please, 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 please give me the silver hair. Make me Storm from X-Men.
There you go.
Please. A Dr. Voodoo Val Strange, exactly. When 100 years old you reach, look as good you will not. Okay, General Kenobi. Did Yoda hack your account? Is that what's happening? Okay, let me merge this down. I don't know if we're gonna do the speed thing now that I've started doing this straight, but I feel like it's okay because I feel like that was like a side option just in case we ran out of time.
Yeah, I think we're at like about, hold on, I got a math, like 15-ish minutes before.
Yeah, I think we got 15 minutes left.
It's easier when things are like on the like top of the hour.
Mm-hmm. It does always like feel strange when you start at a 30-minute mark. That does, it's a little jarring for me as well. Okay, so we've got these strands in her hair, and I'm going to clipping mask because we're going to throw some other color, like some darker purple in there. So let's go ahead and clipping mask. I'm going to grab this purple color.
I went and I'm doing wave patterns all over my jersey here.
Nice. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, it kind of looks cool with it all together.
Honestly, it looks amazing, especially those cuffs. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Well done. Very well done.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I'm trying to like beat the clock so I can get all these little wavies done.
Okay. I think that she's looking pretty awesome. I might, now that I know that my brush was on dissolve, I might come in and clean up the helmet just a little bit so it's not as noisy. Because the dissolve I kind of started to really notice it when I was working on the helmet, that like I'm using a textured brush, but it is like had more noise than I have ever had on the brush before. And I was like, what's going on? So let me just clean this up real quick. Looking pretty neat. Okay. And I'm going to add the same little shine as on the mascot image here. Just kind of a little shout out to it. That looks pretty cool, guys. We did a pretty good job on this. I couldn't have done it without you folks though, because obviously Shauna has given us this excellent file that I have just absolutely frolicked through. I just dove into it and just pranced around everywhere. I went into all of the employee only doors on the back end of this thing. There are no locked doors in this anymore. I was just like, I can go back here, right? No, ma'am, you can't. You don't work here. I do now.
The illusion is shattered. Yes,
I have opened every smart object that was employees only on this mockup and created some stuff in there. But also you guys have given some pretty excellent ideas throughout the stream. I almost kind of want to write out Cthulhu colors. Like, I'm
I
wondering.
will not stop you.
Okay. And I'm wondering if like if I move these things, like if I just transform them down, it's not going to change it's not going to change.
No, they're scaled smart objects, so you should just be able to scale them.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and find, oh, I know what I'm going to do. Hold on. Let me see. What is this? Here we go. I'm going to move the Jersey mockup and everything down. And I have a perfect font for this, I think. I think I do. It's the font that I used for the octopus project I did.
Are you using Adobe fonts?
Yes. And it is called, what is it called? Not Jeopardy. It's called, Jeopardy's a good one. But it might be Filmotype Maxwell. It might be that one. Yes, it is. Because it has this, look at how it overlaps with all the letters and like the tails of all of the stuff. It's like really cool.
Yeah, that's really good.
So we can do, maybe we'll put it underneath. And let's come in here to,
I'm not sure I'll make it to the mock-up part to get this on Winslow, but I will post it to Twitter afterwards if that's the case.
Okay. Oh my gosh, can I make them touch so that the H looks like it's the tails of the L's? Yeah. Yes. Yes. It's all coming together by accident. I love it. I'm gonna edit it just a little bit, but that's choice. Okay. Cthulhu collars, and I love it. Okay. All right. This works for me. This is working. Okay, I'm gonna paint on a layer that is above this. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's plenty of ways that you can come in and alter a font. You do not have to paint like me. In fact, you probably shouldn't paint the way that I'm doing it. I'm just on a layer just above this text layer, and I am editing it by hand, just painting where I want. Not efficient really to do things like this, but I am so much more comfortable painting than any other creative thing that I do. I'm so much more comfortable drawing that sometimes when I don't have very much time and I just want something to look the way I need it to look real quick, just drawing it real quick is the fastest way for me to get the job done. So forgive me, but I'm going to stay in my comfort zone since we're coming to the tail end of our stream here.
Give me Adobe, for I have sinned.
Yeah, I have done the thing with the type that everyone yells at me for. But I just want to close these little areas and be able to turn this into a smart object and clipping mask some colors onto it just to give it some texture. That's fine. I mean, it's not clean, but it doesn't have to be. That's okay.
For the sake of time, I'm rushing these little waves on my jersey, but it
looks really good. Honestly, it doesn't look like you're rushing things. It looks like you're moving fast and efficiently and making cool stuff. Circular texture brush. Oh, I am going to use now I'm going to turn my brush mode to dissolve on purpose. I want this. No, not a smart object. I want a clipping mask. Sometimes I choose a tool or set a setting in Photoshop, and to just make sure I'm really feeling it, I got to sing it out loud. I don't know if you guys do that, but I select a brush, sing it out, make sure it feels right. You know, that's
Feels
just
right
how it
for the
goes.
project.
Yeah, because if it doesn't sound right, it's not gonna look right. That's how it works, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair.
Okay, all right, just making sure. I don't want to be alone in this. I better not be the only one that sings to their art. I swear, guys.
I sing my process. I just sing like, so now I'm gonna do this.
Yep. Okay, Cthulhu collars.
All right,
And
we're hitting.
I'm gonna mask this. Oh yeah, what time is it? Ooh.
We are on the 20, so we've got about probably 4 minutes before we got to wrap.
That's what I'm thinking too. All right. Then in these last moments, I am gonna clean up just slightly this mask. I'm gonna mask that just so these look smooth. There we go. And okay, we got our Cthulhu collars sign, our little title, and I think that looks really cool. But yeah, this is pretty fun. What did Wade say? The first leg of the H can also have a stick tape on it, like it's a hockey stick. Brilliant. All right, 1 second. In our last few minutes, we're gonna do exactly that. Let's go ahead and convert. No, create clipping mask. I might. Oops. Okay, let me grab like this dark color. What does the hockey stick look like again? Let me see. How is that tape on there? Boom. Okay. You know what we're gonna do is I'm gonna rasterize this. Please don't hate me. We're rasterizing that layer, and I'm gonna draw directly on it.
Oh no, Val.
I know. Because I just want it to look more like a hockey stick. We're gonna draw right on it. And I'm gonna erase. I'm working so destructively right now. I'm just erasing.
All right, I'm about to take all of this and put it into the mock-up. We're gonna see if this works.
Okay, and then I think we probably have maybe. Yeah, we got about 4 minutes left.
This without the mask is a huge mess.
Oh yeah, that's like how I felt when I first like did like the convert for mine, like to flatten it or whatever, just to get my file, and I was like, what? Oh. It looks like a weird foot, but use your imaginations. It's a hockey stick. Use your imaginations. Okay, guys.
We're all artists here.
Yeah, you can do it. I believe in you. I think maybe I should have left it as a regular L. How many undos do I have? I have enough, I think. Not enough, but enough that I can get back to where we were. Okay. Okay.
All right, I'm saving this. We're going to close that, and we're going to see if this... Okay, not terrible.
Not terrible?
Looks really cute on him.
I love it. Oh, no, he's so cute. He's so sweet. I love it. We did it. We so did it. Okay.
My favorite part is right here where the swatch happens.
Uh-huh. Please put a little narwhal horn on that and give it little bumblebee wings. Just real quick. Just do this for me.
Okay. No pressure.
This watch makes it look like there's just a small little baby up there. Oh no! Why do we always do this, Shauna? I think every time we've ever streamed together, we've always created a small, strange creature together. It's happened every time. The last time was
really
Bumbuncula. No, that wasn't the last time. I don't think.
No, that was the time before that.
Yeah, the time before that. But still, every time we always just make something that's like kind of an abomination, but also acceptable. This is perfect. Look at it. It's beautiful. All right.
I love him.
I'm gonna zoom out. This is my finished work.
Oh my gosh, I love it, Val.
I'm so pleased with this. I couldn't have done it without you. This is a fabulous file, fabulous everything that you've supplied us with. And I think we probably have to go like now.
Yes.
But you guys are epic. Thanks for chilling and hanging out. Thank you for hosting, Shauna. It's been so long since I've been like the guest. So this is like, this was fun. This is cool.
Yes, this was so much fun. Where can people find you?
Please give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Give me a follow on Behance too, if you want. But if you guys want to talk to me, I'm most active on Twitter. So holler at me on Twitter, tweet at me, please. If you made some cool stuff with us today, or you continue to for the winter game stuff that we have this week and next week, also send it to me. I want to see.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hashtag your pieces Adobe Winter Games. And we would love to see it. We'd love to share it out, see what you create. And then that's it for this week as far as the winter games go. But I will be back next week for 2 more sessions of winter games. So keep an eye out for those on the schedule. But thank you so much for joining in. We really appreciate it. Stick around for the newest set of Illustrator Daily Creative Challenges with Julia Vaca, followed by designing a mobile app with XD ambassador Ruben Cespedes. You won't want to miss part 2 as he takes a deep dive into his process from wireframing to screen design and animations.
He's designing an anime app, guys. So if you're an anime fan, come in and vote, root for your favorite shows. Let's go.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you guys so much. We had a blast the last 2 days. I really enjoyed this, and I thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you, Val. This was a ton of fun.
Oh, my pleasure. It was an honor. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Bye.
Bye.